Okay, so we're almost done. As far as I'm concerned, the story mode is already over, and this is just a fleet battle, basically. That's essentially what they set this up as being, since our mission is to take down a Star Destroyer and defend our ship, right? So, as far as I'm concerned, the story mode's over, and we're ending off with a fleet battle.
General Syndulla to Imperial forces. Withdraw or be destroyed. We're in the fire now. Yeah. Time to end this.
Ugh.
For the boss.
One hell of a place to fight.
I've never seen anything like it.
Those Imperials better enjoy the view while they can.
It is a really cool backdrop. But again, it still seems weird to me that the debris, like, eventually stopped. Like, there shouldn't be any friction, right? Why would they come to a stop?
Okay, they missed their chance.
Like, I get that it just is there to look cool, but still, it seems weird to me.
Any advice, General? Hit the subsystems first to weaken it. Then strike with everything you've got.
Just like that, huh? Eliminate that Star Destroyer, like we're swatting a Minoc.
Eh, I've done it before.
Got one on my tail.
I've taken out my share of Star Destroyers in my day. Take out the two bulbs. That's how I do. Take out the bulb on the bottom and the two testicles on the top. That's how I roll.
Its shields are too strong. We've got to fly under them and hit them all dead on.
Take out the Star Destroyer's shield generators. That'll give you a clear shot at its systems.
Right. If we know where it's targeting all power systems, it'll give our other ships a better chance.
Come on.
I got you.
Come on. Ah, fuck ass. Doing my best here. Is it my missile locking on? There we go. I'm used to flying my TIE. Need to heal up here.
They locked onto my ship.
Come on, come on. Oh, the shield. There we go.
Losing their power system on a slow down.
Bottom testicle taken out.
Not out.
You're in the clear.
On your way.
Okay, I need some shields here. There we go.
The Star Destroyer is functioning at 75%.
Take down those turbo lasers.
That would make this easier.
Shields. Ah. There we go.
We got their shield generator.
One down.
Got it, shields.
Come on, come on, come on. And you fucked.
Both shield generators are down.
Heal me.
Seems they've locked on. It's time. Vanguard, blast that Star Destroyer's hull
Whew.
with everything you've got.
Close one.
You're good now.
Yeah, fuck him up.
Star Destroyer's weakening.
Let's take out a few turbo lasers.
Preferably more than a few.
There we go. Oh, he's gonna be alive. Eat shit.
Sounds like a comm glitch.
Right. We're investigating. Stand by.
Come on, come on. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Let me reload.
Come on. Get me out of here.
Little more, and that Star Destroyer is done for.
Time to wrap this up. Unless you're getting tired, Perez.
shut up.
They ain't getting another chance. Hit 'em hard. You're in the clear.
And you're done for. Stop acting like you care. And it's like, oh no, they had their chance to surrender. They didn't take it though. So dumb. This false sense of moral superiority.
I'm lucky to fly with you.
The Star Destroyer is out of the fight.
It always feels good doing that though. Although I miss back in the Rogue Squadron days when you could just smash your ship into their command sector right there. Is where it usually is. Just blast it open.
Looks like that signal is coming from inside the Star.
I wonder what that means.
We have to be sure. Get to the signal origin point before it's too late.
Gee, I wonder. How fucking dumb. Way to take away the catharsis of having killed the fucking guy, am I right? How stupid. Hopefully he'll drive the Starhawk. Hopefully he'll drive the Starhawk into the moon and die with it. That would be nice.
You see that?
Unbelievable.
Ugh, fuck off.
But you know the Starhawk inside out? We thought we lost you. Yeah, I'll explain later, General. What's our status?
The Starhawk has a straight shot at the moon, sending in corvettes to get it moving. Give them some cover.
Corvettes? To tow the Starhawk into the moon and take out every damn Imperial ship in range. Then count me in. Let's finish this together.
That's how. Ugh, that's so dumb. I can only hope that maybe he'll ride the Starhawk into the moon and die with it.
Corvettes are in position.
That's all I can hope.
Imperial bombers are heading straight for the Corvettes. And they're a stationary target. Vanguard, be ready. We'll hold off the Imperials as long as we can. Corvette engines at full power. How long's this gonna take? Longer than I'd like. Be ready. Come on, hold together. You okay, Lyndon? Okay to fly, but not to fight. My little droid here can only fix so much. We've got all the firepower we need. If you watch our backs, we'll handle the rest.
Excellent shot. The Empire's attacking our corvettes.
I, don't want to succeed.
Look sharp. More bombers coming in.
Tractor beam's no joke.
Actually retarded. How would he have lived? He crashed into the fucking ship. I shot him down, and he crashed into the fucking hull. How did he survive? Actively retarded. Actively retarded. Utterly ridiculous. The ship itself! The ship itself is alive! I shot it down!
How's our Starhawk doing, Ardo? We're getting
I'm so fucking annoyed by that. Whatever, the game already ended. The game ended. The ending played. We saw the ending. That's it. None of this is happening.
That tractor beam almost shot me apart.
more bombers coming right at us.
None of this is actually happening. The game already ended. This is a dying fever dream of a man after getting shot down. Whoopsie daisy. A man dying in his X-Wing hull after getting shot down. This is his dying fever dream. That's all we're seeing right now. We already saw the ending. This is the last thing his brain is playing for him as he lays dying. That's all. That's all this is.
Bombers heading right for us.
Let's get rid of them before we lose those corvettes.
Corvettes are taking heavy damage.
Time to get in there.
Where the fuck?
That's it. Starhawk is on a collision course with the moon.
Nice. Smooth sailing from here.
Wouldn't that be a change?
Where are our corvettes going? I ordered them back. That maneuver almost burned out their engines. It's up to you now, Vanguard.
Count on us, General.
All right. Starhawk's picking up speed, but it's still vulnerable.
Vanguard, defend the Starhawk at all costs.
Leave it to us.
The Starhawk's almost ready to blow. How long we gotta fly escort?
You see that archway between those two rocks? That's where it's headed.
Once the Starhawk reaches that point, there's no turning back.
Prepare yourselves.
It's too bad we're losing the Starhawk like this.
It was built to stop Imperial fleets, and that's exactly what it's gonna do.
Thanks to Teresa, though I doubt she'd like the irony.
We're picking up an incoming Imperial cruiser. Stay alert.
Oh, come on. Don't they know when to quit?
They've got a lock on me.
Shit!
On your way.
Oh, fucking
The Star Destroyers are holding back.
help me!
If you
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Let's prove them wrong.
Fucking come on!
We're finishing this mission no matter what.
Help!
Gotta reload.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's wait back here. Man! Okay, my shields are back up at least.
Gotta reload.
Almost done. Come on. Come on. There we go.
Let me reload.
There we go.
We're making a mark. Keep attacking the cruiser.
Almost. There.
Keep them on their toes. Finish off that cruiser. We're almost.
And you're done.
Yes, we got it. Imperial cruiser is down.
Expertly done. All of you. Ardo, how are we looking?
Oh, it's almost dead too.
In position. Keep going.
A second Imperial cruiser is heading to your location.
Wow. How satisfying.
We're warmed up already. Bring it on.
Everyone on the Temperance is counting on us.
And you've never let them down. Today is no different.
You guys are so lame.
Starhawk's taking damage.
We can't let them destroy it before it hits the moon.
You guys are all so fucking lame. I hope you all know that. I hope you all go to sleep tonight knowing that you're incredibly fucking lame.
We have to keep the Starhawk together or we'll never stop that Imperial fleet. Just a little further.
Locked on. Close? Not close enough.
Oop. Oopsie daisy.
Cruisers taking a beating. Don't let up. We're getting close. Everyone watch your cockpit heat levels and give those Imperials hell.
Yeah, Imperial hell.
The second cruise is almost finished. Just a little more.
Wait, I'm reloading.
Almost done. This fucking story. This fever dream of a death.
You're clear.
You done.
That's another cruiser down. Superb. Starhawk is almost there.
Time to give it our all.
Hey, Arno, you seeing this? Confirmed. Enemy fighters closing in.
Whoop. There we go. Oh, these TIE fighters actually have shields somehow. Interesting. Come on. Come on. Stop clinging to life.
You're in the droid. Got one on my tail.
There we go. Almost out of here. Ooh, right into it. Oh, he shot the missile.
I'm in formation.
You did it. There's no stopping the Starhawk now. Time to fall back.
The Starhawk's as intact as possible. It's going to land like a hammer. Good work, Vanguard 5.
And then they all blew up the end. And then they all blew up the end. And then they all blew up the end. Lame. Nope. You're all gonna die. Shut up and die. Come on. Come on and die.
Vanguard Squadron, get out of there! No one panic. Follow me.
Oh, eat shit.
The blast wave's coming. We gotta outrun it. Go, go, go! I feel the shockwave out of my tail. Stay with me. No room, no room. Heal. See that opening? Impressive 5. Sharp moves.
Just seems condescending to hear them say that when theoretically they all had to be doing that. Also, we could be going in any direction. Why do we have to be going straight like this? Why not go in that other direction?
Faster, Frisk, you can do it. Go on, leave me behind. No one can slip. What the? There's no way through here. We're done for.
I'm literally going in the direction that they're all going.
I see it. That's my flight path. What the commander said. This might take us through.
This'll be tight. We can do
See, look, like the fact that we're flying through the lava wave level of Aladdin on the Super Nintendo is representative of the fact that Lyndon is currently dying, and this is the gates of hell that he's seeing himself going into. He's flying into hell, where he will go straight to the 9th layer, because he's a traitor, and that's where traitors go. The 9th circle of hell.
We're clear.
I did it. I mean, we did it. Let's head home.
See, and now this is the light of death. He's going straight into the light of death. His death hallucination,
Project Starhawk is only just.
his death hallucination has been completed. Lyndon is now dead. Hooray. The galaxy's finest pilot.
Hope is like the sun. If you only believe in it when you can see it.
Oh yeah, I liked Rogue One also. That was a good movie. I mean, it was a good last 30 minutes of a bad movie, but...
But thanks to Vanguard Squadron, peace is closer than ever.
Whatever.
General Syndulla sacrificed one Starhawk for the chance to build a fleet.
Yeah, sacrificed. It's not like it was totally fucking dead no matter what they did.
Forging the strength to challenge an empire. The war goes on.
He's dead and you can't convince me otherwise.
With renewed courage. Inspired by heroes who fly for freedom as we emerge from the darkness of imperial oppression into the light.
Yes, make sure the subtitles emphasize that this is Leia Organa talking, right? That doesn't seem weird to anyone else. Hooray! Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye out for when we see the credit for writers, because I need to know how many writers were working on this game. So yeah, like, better story mode than Battlefront 2, at least. At least we got to ride hard on the Imperial storyline. Really, again, that's the weakest part. It should have committed either fully be an X-Wing story mode game, or be a fully TIE Fighter story mode game. The fact that it had to switch back and forth was the biggest weakness of that story mode. And, I mean, like, the story mode... It's so weird to, like, have a story mode. But that's the thing, though. TIE Fighter had a really good story. Even though, again, I keep saying this, I was kind of disappointed by the way it focused mostly on, like, an Imperial Civil War. But it actually did have cutscenes, and it had Admiral Thrawn running around doing cool shit. Senior writers, 2. Story by and writer, and then 2 senior writers, and then a third person. 4 writers. 4 writers worked on this fucking story. Did you see that shit? A minimum of 3 and a maximum of 4 writers. Explains everything. I guarantee you one person wrote the Rebel storyline, and the second person wrote the Empire storyline, and one of those guys is way better at his job than the other one is. But, like, X-Wing didn't really have a story mode, you just did missions. Like, go here, blow up the Star Destroyer, go here, like, there was a story, but it just followed in the vein of... Like, take the Rogue Squadron games, for example. The Rogue Squadron games in particular, like, weaved an original story in with missions based on the movie battles. So the first mission of Rogue Squadron 2 is the Death Star assault, and the last mission is the battle over Endor, and in between you see like the different missions that Rogue Squadron went on throughout the campaign. But you wouldn't really say Rogue Squadron had a story. Like, you just kind of go from mission to mission. And it was only at the end when you had, like, a handful of missions that tied into the final assault on Endor. Where it's like, this is the mission where you steal the shuttle that Han Solo and the gang used to get to the moon of Endor. So it's like tying into a plot element from the movie. And then take Rogue Squadron, the first game, the N64. That kind of had a story, but it was more of an adaptation of a story that already existed. It was taking the Rogue Squadron comics and adapting the story from the Rogue Squadron comics. BioWare? What the fuck? Like, story... having, like, a narrative. You can have a story mode, but really, like, having a narrative with quote-unquote characters and, like, a progression of the plot. Like, the entire plot was based around Starhawk, either protecting it and building it or trying to find it and destroy it. I don't know. I think it would have been better served if you can have back and forth Rebel and Empire storylines. But, like, I think it should have been completely unrelated campaigns. And you just go on different missions. It didn't really need to have any kind of narrative connective tissue. It can just be, you're part of this squadron, these are your wingmates, you go on these different missions, and then have a satisfyingly definitive and climactic final mission to cap things off with, where you fly into a non-Death Star and blow it up from the inside out. Like Starlink. You don't need to have this, this interweaving narrative where you play as Vanguard versus Titan, and it didn't end with choosing, oh, I want to play as Vanguard and kill Titan Squadron, or I want to play as Titan Squadron and kill Vanguard Squadron. Because neither can interfere with the other, both of them end up feeling a little anticlimactic and unsatisfying. We're not even allowed to kill Lyndon, the traitor guy, because Vanguard needs to have a happy ending. They're not allowed to fight each other because you gotta switch back over to playing as the other one later. And Titan Squadron just leaves the battle early, thinking that they killed the traitor guy, and then they're gonna hear through the grapevine later, oh, actually, he's not dead. Like, you get the catharsis taken away from you because of the necessity of having to go over to the other story, the other faction story. So I feel like it would have been a lot more satisfying if, yeah, you can switch back and forth between X-Wing and TIE Fighter, but have them be unrelated so that they can both have a satisfying and definitive story that doesn't feel like it's being kneecapped. Holy shit, how long are these credits gonna go on? Roman Hamburger. At least during the parts... Okay, the Empire story, the Empire side of it was way better written. The characters were way better. But because of that, at least we got to be ride or die. Like, ride to the end of the Earth Empire. Like, I almost kind of want to ignore all of the Rebel Alliance missions. And those characters were just dog shit. It was so insane how bad Vanguard Squadron was compared to Titan Squadron. Like, we got, like, it's... Why can't we have an entire game dedicated... Ever since TIE Fighter, we haven't had a game dedicated to just playing as the Empire. I get because this game is X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and the multiplayer is predicated on, you know, team PvP battle with one side is the Rebels and the other side is the Empire. You kind of need to have the story mode emphasize both. I get that. But I would love a DLC campaign or something, like a full game-length campaign where it's only Empire missions, where you're just playing as the Empire, and you don't switch back and forth, and you're fully committed, and have a full TIE Fighter-esque story mode, where you're only flying a TIE Fighter during the entire thing. Well, not only, you get what I mean. That would be cool. And like I said, it feels like this game has a solid foundation to build more on from it. Like, that story mode was okay. It was half pretty good and half eh. So it was an okay story mode. Not the worst. And the gameplay, which is like PvP against either a squad of 5, like 5v5 PvP, or 5v5 with bots in a, like, tug-of-war style competitive match. It's pretty good, and it was worth the content herein is worth the price of admission. Because, again, this wasn't a full $60 release. Copywriter. But I feel like they can do a lot more with this. Battlefront 2 is a very different game now than it was when I first played it for those videos. Battlefront 2 came a long way since it launched. They built it up to be almost a completely new game. Like, the foundation was there of just, like, generic basic first-person combat, generic basic third-person, like, lightsaber swinging, and generic basic, like, Star Fox-esque dogfighting. And they took those basic foundations and built them up over the period of 2 to 3 years and made a pretty decent game. This game is starting with the foundation of being X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and it has, you know, the bare minimum, but it's still in a lot better position than Battlefront 2 ever was. This is starting much further ahead than Battlefront 2 did. So I think they can build up on it and make even and do even more. Have, you know, DLC story campaigns, or add more gameplay modes beyond what's already there. Like, there's a lot you can do with this. This is a good foundation, a platform for which to build further on from here. These credits are still going. Make sure to credit the caterers, too. Make sure to credit the catering staff. Gotta get everyone. Gotta make sure these credits are at least 50 minutes long. Alex Fry. Joshua Leo. John Lee. Nick Munson. Scott Penso. Ansa Rosca. Simon Taylor. Oh my god. Production babies. Production pets. General? What the fuck is General? Just, you know, they brought coffee in. Oh my god, you don't need to credit every single person who works for EA. Jesus Christ. Oh, for fuck's sake, the Walt Disney Company. Are you kidding me with these credits? This is not as bad as Ubisoft, but it's still pretty fucked up. I wonder if George Lucas was mentioned in these credits at any point. I haven't really been looking out for his name. Disney Parks! Disney Parks? Oh. James Arnold Taylor. Dennis Lawson. Dennis Lawson. Yeah, they got the actual guy. They got the actual guy. That's cool. Sunny Side Up. Whoever the fuck that is. Who is even being credited anymore? Who is even being in these credits anymore? Can I stick it out? How long can we stick this out? These credits are fucking obscene. Can I go faster? No. Okay, I don't want to skip it, but we're doing the localization voice talent German. I mean, like, come on. Oh my god, production babies! I was kidding! Production babies! Kristen Stewart? No George Lucas. Oh, there he is. There's George. Man, those credits were fucking one of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, like, actually, that's saying quite a lot, because Ubisoft credits are fucking always awful. So yeah, that was Star Wars Squadrons. I didn't notice how bad of a title that is until I just said it out loud. Star Wars Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons. It just sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, so that's Star Wars Squadrons. Solid 7 out of 10. High 6, low 7. Let's see. I just unlocked something. Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
You have a good eye.
Did I get any? I didn't get any rewards for finishing the story mode in terms of like currency to buy cosmetics with. Those are just like in-game currency where you earn like points by playing the game. It's not like microtransaction currency, so don't worry. Anyway, so that was Star Wars Wars Squadrons. Pretty decent game. Solid 7. 6.5, 7 out of 10. That was EA tries to make a Star Wars game 4th attempt. Yeah, Battlefront 2, that Dark Souls game everyone pretended was good, even though it wasn't. And then this. Join us next time for the next effort at a Star Wars game from EA. I bet it's gonna be worse. If they do any DLC, there's DLC. There's like a DLC extra mission campaign for Battlefront 2. I don't want to do that. But if they make campaign DLC, if they make story mode DLC for this, I'm probably gonna do that. So if they ever do story mode DLC for this game, we'll be back. But in the meantime, what we got, yeah, it was okay.